Hi there, it's Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and I want to talk about what type of organizer you are. There are two broad categories of styles of organization, and I want you to think about what type you are. Now, we're not doing this just so that you can say, oh, I'm this kind of organizer, great. We think that this is actually going to help you maintain your organized spaces better. And if you like organizing videos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more organizing videos I have coming your way. The two main categories of organizers, and by organizers I mean humans who organize, and I mean anyone, not like a professional organizer per se. The two main categories are macro versus micro organizing. So if you are a macro organizer, you like large containers with everything thrown in. So you don't want a whole bunch of divisions within your container. You just want like, here's the toy box, throw all the toys in. On the other hand, a micro organizer wants everything within those bins really subdivided, subcategorized, and organized. So that's where you don't have like this whole big toy bin. Instead, here's the individual bins for the cars. Here's the bin for the blocks. Here's the bin for the stuffed animal. So you're micro-organizing within each category. Now, the first thing that I want to say, there is no right or wrong. There is no better or worse. They're just different styles. I also want to say that when it comes to anything like this that we discuss, where you have a certain tendency or a certain way that functions best for you, almost no one is 100% one way or the other. So you could be in general a macro organizer, except when it comes to your craft supplies. Like you absolutely do not want this like huge drawer full of mishmash craft supplies. Those you want to have super organized within their categories, but for everything else you're a macro organizer or something like that. And that is totally fine and normal. So I don't want you to get too caught up in the exceptions. I just want you to take some time to really think about it. I also want to say that one of the challenges with this is even once you determine what type you generally are and how you function, many of us live in households with other people and we have shared spaces. So it's going to take some effort to kind of work out as a family or as a household unit what your organizing styles are and how you land in those common areas. Again, in your own areas, like maybe in your clothing drawer, you can organize however you'd like. So how do you know which one of these types you are? The first question I like to ask myself is, what areas have stayed the most organized over a long period of time for me and that have felt the most effortless to organize? So I just look at the past. Is there something that you have organized that has stayed that way? That gives you a huge clue. So if you think, okay, when I organized all of my little office trinkets into these little teeny tiny containers and labeled them, well, I mean, that stayed for 2 years and it hasn't felt like anything that difficult. And then there was the time that I organized all of my kids' flashcards in the little photo boxes, which, side note, I love the photo boxes, put labels on them. Well, those have stayed. And there was the time that I organized all of my socks by type and put those in order and those have stayed. Then you're a micro organizer. Versus if you're like, oh yeah, whenever I threw all of my kids' toys into the bin, they have stayed that way. And I put all of my, sewing related stuff in this one big drawer and it stayed. Then you're a macro organizer. So just look at the past and what you've done and what you kept up with for your first clue. Your second clue, just go on Pinterest or online or our blog, getorganizedhq.com. Start scrolling through and see which organized space photos speak to you. Some people, when they see all those teeny tiny organizers, they immediately get like stressed out, like, whoa, that's overboard, or they don't even think it looks nice. Versus when you see just like these big baskets, you feel calm and peaceful. So just look and see which type speaks to you. And the third thing is just try it and see which way you like to organize. try macro organizing something small and try micro organizing something small and see which you like better. For me, I am definitely a micro organizer, and I can show you lots of examples where I have done this. Once I do this, I keep it up. I really dislike when we have like this big bin and a whole bunch of stuff is just thrown into it and I'm like, where is it? And it's not super organized within it. I'm also someone who wants my closed spaces to be really organized. I would even go so far as to say my closed spaces, which mean like inside my drawers, inside my closets, are more important to me than the main living areas. There have been many a time, if you walked into my house, where there's a few things out and about and left out. It's kind of messy looking, but inside all of the closets are perfectly organized. I just love this micro organizing. It makes me happy just to look at those things and see them organized. I feel like I'm better able to use it. I am way more inspired to go into a space, especially when it comes to like crafting, when all of my stuff is organized really easily, very well divided. I can see exactly what it is. I know exactly where to go to get, red ribbon, for example. I'm much more likely to use it. Now, not everyone is like me. You may be totally the opposite. You may think, oh my goodness, that seems like so much work to keep up with, and I have to do even more work to organize it, and really, do I need to go right to my red ribbon? As long as there is a drawer of crafty trinkets, I can find it, I'm fine. So it's totally a matter of personal preference. So let me know in the comments whether you think you're a micro or a macro organizer, and if you like this video, I know you'll love my reverse organizing video. I've got it right here and linked down below for you to go check out next.